Hey everyone, this is Jules. I have a banner to share with you guys. This is a very shabby, chic, lacy fabric banner that I made. I recently made a banner, a sale banner that spells out sale, for a friend of mine, Miss Paula, who is the owner of Elm Street Antiques in Hermiston, Oregon, and I work with her every now and again, and I can come over and play actually. I've shopped there before. I have shared with you guys some of the pieces in my studio tour that I've purchased from her beautiful antique shop. She has a beautiful section in her store in one of the very front rooms of the shop, which is an old house, and I made a banner for her that says sale. There's a whole corner full of stuff, and she's adding stuff all the time. I will link her Facebook page over down below in the video description box, and then you can go over there and peek at some of the pictures that she's taken recently. So yeah, it's just an amazing store. So I told her that I would love to make the banner for her, and she was like, sure, fine. So I made her one, and she loved it. So I made her a banner with burlap fabric and some of my laces that I carry in my shop at the Jule box shop. And so I had some leftover burlap and some leftover little cut pieces. I had some of these pieces kind of sitting out here. I have been wanting to make myself a banner for a while, so I decided to make my own banner that says the Jule box shop on it and just hang here in the studio. I was going to keep it all creams and whites and decided to go ahead and add little pops of pink. So I did that with some beautiful Wild Orchid Crafts roses, and I cannot even remember where I got these roses. I think it was at the Scrapbook Expo in Portland like 2 years ago or something. But, so what I did, and I'll show you the backside how I did it to hang and hide the twine. But, I have things from vintage doilies actually from Paula's shop. And I have some Patsy seam binding ribbon, the crinkled ribbon. I have some of my laces that I have on my shop, which is this wide one here. Melissa Francis pom-pom, and a cupcake liner. I have these cupcake liners. I got I have different sizes, but I did use this one here. And what I did is I created my own scallop border. So I flattened it out, folded it in like four, like, you know, folded it this way, and did like three separate scallops for it. And then it came out with this scallop border here, this cupcake liner. So that's what I used, was the cupcake liners here. And I thought that gave kind of a cool touch. It fit right. When I put it on there and started layering things, it seemed to fit really well. So one of the doilies that I got, I have, I think, a set of 6 of these particular cream ones here. And they're a little lopsided. You can tell they're like oval. And I don't know if they were supposed to be more rounder. I don't know. But I had them all pinned together, and I used 4 of them here. So I have the burlap triangular pennant banner, and then I have the cupcake liner, the paper cupcake liner, and then I have this doily. And then this is layered. This one here was one piece of 6. And I just cut them off. So you'll see some areas that have more of a pointier look, like this one here, as opposed to this side here. You'll see that in some of the areas. This one has a pointy side. This one has a more curlier side. These are on the sides you can't see, but I did layer it on top just like this. And then I just got some cardboard paper and ripped some of the top layer and exposed the corrugated part of it. So I have that, and then some of some chipboard letters by American Crafts. These are the thickers, and it's called Notarized, this particular style. And I love the lettering, and it was a perfect size for what I wanted to do. At first I was thinking of doing just TJBS, and but I don't have letters that big, so I decided why not just spell the whole thing out with smaller letters. So I did that. I just gessoed them. I painted them with gesso just so that they would have the little grid marks wouldn't show. I don't know if you guys can see. There's little grid marks on here. Then I used some Prima's new heart gears from Ingrid Bohm. These are the new metal gears with little heart shaped. There's hearts in all of them in some form. So I used the ones that were on this side here. And I can point them out to you, at least on these two. So there's one here that has a heart and then a gear poked in the middle there, and then a gear here with 4 little hearts kind of tucked under the flowers. Then I kind of wanted to do a nest, kind of a look. So I used some cheesecloth at first. Actually, the cheesecloth is sitting right underneath the corrugated cardboard, and here's some of it. You can probably see some of that there. And then I grabbed some of this kind of a bird's nest straw stuff. I think I found this at Joann's or Michael's, one of the two. Just grabbed chunks of it and wrapped it up in a little bundle and flattened it and just kind of held it together with a little bit of hot glue and just kind of created a small little piece like this. And then I just layered my roses on top of it. And these are the roses that I think it was a Scrapbook Expo that I got these at. But I love the little lines in them. They're a little bit different. Have a nice big pack of it that they were selling. So I grabbed that, and the pink matched with the pink that I wanted to use. Then I used some of the open roses that Wild Orchid Crafts has, and these are the two-tone, which is similar. The pink in this rose is very similar to the pink in this rose. And this is the two-tone pale pink, pink and ivory. And they're the open roses that are 1 inch wide, or 1 inch, yeah, 1 inch in diameter. This is about 1.5 inches to 2 inches, these roses here. So I grabbed that and did some, used some Prima Chalk ink and added some. I used the Old Rose. And what I did is I just dabbed it along all the edges, because there's, as you can see, there's just a little bit of light pink. And I wanted to have an outline in the petals, so I used the ink to just dab it around all of the little edges of the petals, so it pops just a little bit more. And so on every petal there'll be some pink along the edges. So I did that with the ink here. Then I grabbed some trellis roses and some curly roses. These are some cream, small curly roses that Wild Orchid Crafts has. These are the old order numbers here, but you can find things, I think, a lot more easier now on the website. So I grabbed some of that and added a little bit of gesso on it to make it just a little bit more white. The white ones that I have are way too big, so I wanted this size. So I put gesso on it so it's a little bit more lighter, more creamier, not as yellow. So I did that, and then I used these trellis roses, just left them alone. And so there's a curly rose on this one, a trellis rose, and then a curly rose, and then a trellis rose, all paired with one of these little curly petaled ones here. And I added one tiny little rose, which are the open roses. They're the 15mm or 5/8 of an inch diameter. Tiny, tiny roses. Just added one at the opposite corner of where the bundle was. Then I did stitching. I stitched pretty much all of it on there. I stitched 2 layers of burlap on the triangle. Then I stitched the lace on top. Actually, I put the pom-pom on top of my lace and just stitched it all the way down. So you'll see some thread hanging and stuff here, which I like that look. That kind of adds to the shabbiness of the banner and the style. And then on the bottom I add the pom-pom, and I added another, I think this is called the floral fan Venice trim that I carry in my shop. And it looks like this. Very cute. So dainty. I really like it because it's so dainty. So I used that just on the bottom corners just to layer a little bit of white underneath the pom-pom. And the pom-pom is from Melissa Francis from Ribbons and Trims. This is a 20 yard. I don't sell this in my shop because I only have this one. But I think I want to get some of Melissa Francis's trims and stuff in my listing. I also use some of my muslin ribbon that I sell in my shop. This is all tea stained by hand. This is a very narrow one, and it was shredding pretty good, so it's a little thinner than some of the other ones. But I have some that have beautiful burn marks on it, like you can see the little dark spots there. But I am hanging some on the banners. They like this burn spots here. And so I have that, and I have the Patsy seam binding in the pink hanging from there. Some Shabby Chic fabric. This is some Prima trim that I had, just a little bit of. Actually, I only had a yard. And some of my other trim that is an insertion lace. It's called insertion because you can insert something in the center of it. So I have a cream one and a white one, but I used the white one on this project. And then some tea stained, looks like it's just a wide lace that I had that I stained with tea. You can see kind of a dark areas. It's super beautiful. So I just cut strips of it and added it to my banner. And I used some cream kind of a colored of Patsy's ribbon, and I tied a bow at the very bottom corner of the pennant and then added my rose on top of it. Now you'll see a little bit of shimmer probably. Let me bring this up so you can see a little bit better maybe. So there's a little bit of shimmer and glitter on there, and I just used some stickles and some what did I use? Distress stickles. Picket Fence Distress Stickle, which has a kind of a see-through glitter in there. Really cute. And I use the Rock Candy, which looks like it's got glitter in it, but it's a lot finer. And it kind of gives a very glossy finish. And this one doesn't give as glossy of a finish, but I use them both together almost all the time. I like the way that it looks. And it's an icy kind of a look, sugared coated. And I used it on the letters. I used a little bit on the gears, on the cardboard. I also added some, just dabbed and distressed a little bit of gesso on the cardboard. Added the stickles, both stickles to the little rose, to these two flowers here. It's the little areas of the cardboard and on this rose here. So the only thing that's different about the ends are the Prima flowers in the top corner. And I will bring that in so you can see that. See the shop. So there's the two flowers, two Prima flowers here. And I added on the corner ones, I added, or actually on all four, I added twine across the front of the corrugated cardboard. And then just added a little pin. I have to glue that down. Also used some Melissa Francis, just some little itty bitty daisies. These are really cute. And actually I have a pack like this. And I just chopped them off and just tucked those behind. And I've used that in another project before, but I tucked them in with the two roses in their little nest. So there's the Jule box shop, and I'm going to hang it on the wall. So the back, what I did for the back is I grabbed some canvas, some really nice thick canvas that I had, and I folded the ends in, and then I stitched it there. But because I didn't want the stitches to show on the other side at all, so I just stitched it, and then I glued both ends down. So this is, you can still move it. It's not glued, the string is not glued down at all. I could have done it at the beginning when it was just the burlap. I could have attached these and then decorated it, but I forgot. So I don't make banners all the time. Alright you guys, thanks so much for watching. There's detailed pictures over on my blog and a list of products that I used if you want to use it for reference. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks so much.